So I have had a lot of people asking about a new farm situation. I guess you're tired of doing Sutro or even the K-Tam Power. I have had another spot for quite a long time, but I've kind of kept it to myself, and I'll explain why. I won't say that it's not a known spot. It's well known, but everybody may not know it. And I'll explain that why in another video. This is going to be kind of a pre-video. I'm going to explain my setup a little bit, show you exactly my farming class. I guess we could call it my farming, explosive farming class. And technically what it's called is Boom Goes the Dynamite. If we click on there, you see Boom Goes the Dynamite. That's what I call it. And you see I have a Crash Boomer and a Springer equipped. Springer, just bio, good for removing the plates, and it's never been hidden that I love the gun. And it's a little bit messed up. I've changed out. Normally that would not be the shield I would have on. Normally I use a Rhino Blast Proof, so I use an explosive, and I like to have something for backup that's not explosive. Of course, a blast proof shield so that you don't, blow yourself up quite so much. I use bio grenades because they are good for getting extra points. I'd say extra points for scoring faster, because that's what this whole farming technique I'll use is about. It's about scoring. So overcharge, of course, and why did it change on me? We get back to it. Overcharge, of course. Deadly Cascade. You deal bonus damage for every additional enemy caught in your explosion. 30% extra damage. And that does come in handy. Pumped up because I like my ego power to come back quickly. Even though with this setup, you will find out that your ego power, you can technically make it where it never goes away. And that really doesn't necessarily have to happen. Explosive Onslaught. And this has a lot to do with it. On an explosive kill, extend the duration of your active ego power. That explosive onslaught will keep your ego going almost non-stop. On explosive kill, you have a chance to instantly reload your weapon. 30% chance. With Shock Trooper, that comes in very handy so that you don't have to reload. Overload. This one you should know if you use Overcharge. It helps you reload faster. Gunslinger, because I don't normally aim down my sight, so that crit multiplier comes in handy when you're shooting from the hip. Killing Machine, that's another one that is attached to Overcharge, so it gives you a 6-second longer duration on your Overcharge. Blast Shield, reduce the range at which explosives hit you. I use this on everything because too many enemies using explosives. Kill or be killed. You deal more critical damage when your shields are empty. 45% crit multiplier. So if my shield goes down, I can hopefully take out the enemies before they can kill me. Why would your shield go down? Because I might accidentally shoot myself with my explosives. And that would be why. Now, the Springer is pretty, self-explanatory. It's just a biological gun in the end, so you should know what that is. It's just a SMG. Now, my Crash Boomer is a little bit different. It's a little more special, as you can see, because it's the Plate Slicer synergy on it, which gives me armor breaking ability. And this really and truly comes in more handy if you're trying to do farming with multiple people and the threat level comes up. At my ego, I'm at threat level 6, and there's no issues, and I probably don't even have to have Plate Slicer. So, and then with the armor plate damage, that really, really helps. Killing an enemy gives you a little bit of extra health in case you have a little mishap or something like that. So on enemy armor break, 10% chance to fully reload your weapon goes along with the other perk you saw I had to quit. So it's a better chance that I never even have to reload. On enemy armor break, you gain 3 ablatives, blah, blah, blah. So there we go. More stuff for me. So all in all, it's a good synergy. I love Plate Slicer. I mean, the armor plate damage is great. Dealing 25% more once you break one makes it that much better. So, and reloading is always great. The cooldown kind of, when they made the cooldown work properly, it kind of made Plate Slicer not as good, but it's still pretty darn good. Really and truly what that did was that affected BMGs, I would think, more than anything. So, because it doesn't I wouldn't say, I mean, that 10% chance is already pretty low. So on a BMG, it made it where you could run one for a very long time. So that's why I use this. It's decently rolled and everything. And why am I also using a crash boomer? If you're using something like a big boomer where you fire it and then you have to detonate it, that is kind of a slow process. So I like to use something like a crash boomer, or maybe you can use a matchlock boomer, something that explodes right away. Area suppressor would probably be good too. Probably not quite as accurate with all the bouncing, but still be good. So you want to use something that really explodes right away, not something you have to detonate. When I tried to use something that detonated, that did not really work out so well for me. The enemies tend to get to me and everything. A damage spike, because sometimes it feels like you're not doing that damage you need to do, and sometimes the damage spike seems to make the game correct itself. So that's why I like to use that there and not ammo. And really and truly, you would not need ammo. The enemies are dropping plenty of ammo for you. So, and armor repair. Why? Because crash boomer, plate slicer is. If I hit anything at point blank range, it's just going to down me. It's going to rip my armor to pieces. So I have to use armor repair stems in this situation. So I have never really done this with a cyber rig equipped. So that might change things a little bit too, because I have so much in my cyber rig to keep me from going down. I should say damage diffusers. You see, there's 2, 3, 4. So I have 10%. I take 10% less damage from those. So that would probably help a little bit too. So that is the class that I will be using whenever I farm this particular spot. I like to farm, and it's all there for you to see. I hope you can see every one of them. Running back through them, but there's one or two that are really interchangeable. The kill or be killed. You could put something else on if you chose to. This is just kind of what I run with. Kind of works for me. And that's all I'll have for here. And stay tuned, and I will be uploading the actual spot that I go to farm. It is great for keys, and it's good for Arc Forge, and it's going to come with a little bit of a warning. I'll catch you guys later.